welcome to this daily challenge. This recent release with the new design has been out for a couple of weeks, and yeah, let us know what you think about it in the comments. What's your favorite thing? What's your least favorite thing? What can be better? We are always happy to hear your feedback and make IntoBridge even better than it is. But yeah, now for the task at hand, to play these 5 exciting boards. And on the first one, it started postmortem, nobody vulnerable. And I have an opening hand. I'll start with my longest suit, 1 diamond. And partner bids hearts, I don't have support, but I can bid 1 spade. And partner bids 2 clubs, which is 4th suit forcing. I have no stopper, I don't really have any extras, and partner is a fast hand, so I'll just bid 2 diamonds. So I'll confirm 5 diamonds, and we'll see where partner takes us. Partner bids 3 clubs, which is now game forcing, which is interesting after having passed initially, but maybe partner has an exciting hand with a lot of shape and not a lot of points. I still don't have a club stopper to show, but I do have quite good hearts in the context of I didn't support initially, I didn't bid 2 hearts the second time, so I bid hearts now to say I have at least 2 of them. My partner bids 3 no trump, which says he has something in clubs. And I guess I also have something in clubs, so even though this is a surprising development, I don't think I have any reason to overrule partner. If they think 3 no is good, then we'll try 3 no. Yeah, partner has been a bit optimistic with their 11 count, especially since we open a 3rd hand and might be a bit light. But yeah. Well, can't change the bidding. Now all we can do is try to make this contract. So the obvious problem first is we have no club stopper, so we want to have at least 4 clubs and 1 diamond ace. So at least they didn't lead the club. So we have possibly some kind of chance, but not a great chance. Because even if hearts happen to break 3-3, we have 5 of those, and then just the 8 king of spades, so it's only 7. So now we probably need to make like what 5 hearts and 4 spades. That seems unlikely, especially now they're starting to attack my entries, so can't really untangle everything. Like there's some very faint chance of Jack 10 double on hearts maybe, but I mean playing too desperately to make is not going to pay off, I think, because the risk is going more down, and that's going to be a bad score. So I suspect a lot of people will have a very similar option. So I will just sort of try to minimize the damage, hope maybe they can, like if they don't lead clubs for some reason a second time, maybe I can make. So I'll just try to set up diamonds, and we will see. Hope for a defensive slip up. So no luck so far. They just found the club shift. It's surprising. Unlucky they were splitting 5-3. And at least now I have winners in all the suits, so I can claim the rest. Yeah, the hearts didn't split either, so we were just a bit too high. I mean, we did have 24 points together, so it's not like it was ridiculous to beat me. As they were, we should have. It would have been a very good score to stay low. It's very easy to. I mean, we had 24 points and 2 5-card suits. So just missing a club stop. So if we manage to stay low on that. All right, on to the second one. So now we have a 14 count, 5-card heart suits, and I get to open again. And partner beats spade. You could argue for trying to beat no trump, sort of. It's a board a match, maybe no trump ace better, but I will just bid clubs and show my 5-4. Partner bids again for suit, and this time it's game forcing since from the get-go, since they're not a passed hand. Queen X of diamonds is an interesting one because they very much would want to be declarer in case partner has something like ace third of diamonds. It's very important that my hand declares so that the lead comes up to the queen of diamonds. But on the other hand, if they only have a couple of small diamonds, we can't play no trump. So I'm going to start by bidding 2 hearts, and then I can maybe later bid no trump and say I have a half stopper, and partner bids no trump first. And I have nothing special in my hand, so I'll just bid 3 notes, and partner has 40 game anyway. And yeah, so and this is a tricky situation. If partner, for example, had ace third, they might be very tempted to bid no trump to sort of confirm that we have a stopper, but then we would have wrong sided it. So if you have, in that situation, partner could have considered bidding something else, but partner had a very decent, like king, jack, X. They have no reason to not bid no trump on this one. All right, so what do we have? We have 4 club tricks, and then we have 2 hearts, and then after the diamond lead, if they take the ace, we will have 2 diamond tricks. And we also have potential for some extra tricks in the majors. Since hearts is the better suit, I reckon that's where we will try to set up our extra tricks, but there's also a case for playing spades. But I think since hearts is our best suit, I'll do that. Hope I finessed the right way. It looks like I did. Now there's not really any particular clue as what way to play. So this was sort of the natural way given how my entry situation was. And okay, so now we're up to at least, if I just want to make, I can play a diamond and I will have 9 tricks. But there's no rush. And if hearts are breaking, they will be breaking later. So I think I can take the opportunity to play a spade here. Although the problem might be that I want to set up the 5th heart, but I also don't have a lot of answers. So I'll play spade. Hopefully I can get this one right too. And that worked out, so that's good. The problem now, I guess, is they didn't continue diamond. Yeah, but they could have set a diamonds, and then I can't afford to let them in hearts. All right, so let's take a pause here and consider our next move. So we now have king of diamonds good, so I can discard 1 card in my hand. Yeah, there's probably not much. I need to be a bit careful with the entrances because I want to be able to check for a queen double turn spade before. And in case that's the case, I could have discarded all my hearts. Okay, so that didn't happen. So now we just need the heart to split 3-3. Not, but still, I think a pretty good score for me, considering I finessed the right way in hearts and got the spades right, which, yeah. In some way a bit lucky maybe, there's not really much to go on there. So so might as well finesse the other ways. Right, hand 3, and this time I'm dealer. I again have an opening hand. Diamond. Opponents have taken over the auction. I, in some way, have a decent hand for a takeout after they have bid spades, but I've already opened and I'm too weak to act. if the auction had been, if they had opened one spade, I might have considered coming to take a club. As I'd already bid, continue again. Okay, so instead we get to decide on what to lead, and I think there are a couple of reasonable choices. We could start with my opening suit, though when they have bid no trump, they suggest that they're a bit ready for it. I could also bid or play lead hearts, which has another four-card suit which I have not bid, so they might be less prepared for it. And there's also something to be said for leading a spade. Since East bid a no trump, they're not going to have support, so possibly partner has some help there. But I think that's a bit too early to do. We don't really know. I'm going to try a heart, hope for sort of this is both one of my longer suits and a bit of a surprise attack here. And now they are attacking spades. So I guess I'm glad I didn't lead them. My partner leads back a club instead. They lead back a top club, which would suggest weakness. So there's a case for winning and playing back hearts. There's also a case for ducking in case partner gets in. It's now set up so they can lead a club again, and I will get 2 club tricks. I think that looks slightly better. I can play the jack of diamonds, so that means I had a singleton jack of diamonds then. And the opponents are now also attacking clubs, so they're playing all the suits. So this is a bit interesting. It looks like Declare has some length. I mean, partner only has the jack of diamonds, otherwise I don't think they would play it. So Declare has 5 diamonds, and they're also attacking clubs, suggesting length there. Doesn't leave a lot of cards in the majors. The one immediate thought is I can, since the 10 and jack and queen of diamonds are gone, I could play back the king of diamonds and then come in with maybe the ace of clubs, cash the 9 of diamonds, the queen of hearts, and lead the king of spades, and sort of dummy would be isolated. But Declarer could maybe, like, if partner has that would only take us up to 7 tricks. But if it were, I would want more heart tricks. So I feel like there's no rush to execute the plan I just said. So I will try for a heart, but this could potentially be bad if no, it won't. But it worked fine in the sense that the partner had a 10 of hearts, but I now blocked the suit. But it's probably fine anyway. It would be hard to deny them their aces. So yeah, now my diamonds are good and I can catch those, and they so minus is 32, that's 200. Since they're vulnerable, that's a good score. And yeah, it was this time it worked out very well to lead a heart. Partner's 5-card suit instead of a diamond, which they only had 1 in. All right, on to board number 4. Partner opens 1 heart on this one, and they overcall a spade. I have some points. No support for partner, no stopper for a no trump, but I have the unbid suits, so I can make a take at W. Let's see what partner likes clubs. I don't have any extras. They forget to play. No, they come back to compete. And this is an interesting spot. Everyone is vulnerable, which usually talks for suggests you don't have to push so hard to buy the contract, because if either contract fails, that's 100 to start with. And 3 small spades is very bad as well. If partner has something like king third, if they're on a 7 card 5th-tier opponents, then they might have 3 spade tricks. I don't really say. I think I bid my hand. It's not great to let opponents play 2 spades, but I mean sometimes you have to bid the hand you want, not or the hand you have, not the hand you want to have. Right, so we also have some choices for opening lead. I think there's something to be said for a trump lead. If dummy has some short suit, maybe like double tone club or something, we could potentially remove the roughing potential. Leading partner's first suit might set up roughs for us. That's also an option. And we could also just lead clubs, which is I think club feels safest. They don't really know, like king. Partner doesn't have to have the king of hearts, so just banging down the ace might be bad. I think my second hand option would just delete a trump. I prefer often not to lead a trump. Okay, so at least we found partner's ace king. We haven't given away anything yet. Although dummy does have only 2 hearts, so it looks like they could have had a roughing potential, but Declare doesn't seem interested in trying to take a rough. They're pulling trumps themselves. Letting the 9 of hearts ride, and that is a winner. And well, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Partner play the queen of spades. Sounds, I mean, they're not going to have many. I guess they could have maybe queen jack double. Also played the 10 of diamonds, which might be a doubleton or a singleton. I guess I have no reason not to win this, even though I'm not. I think the most likely distribution for Declare is 5-4-2-2. Especially if partner played a low heart here, which is suggested. And if that's the case, then I should probably lead a spade to try to cut back on roughs in dummy. Although what is sort of, why did Declare play a spade if they wanted to take roughs in dummy? Yeah, that's not me. Maybe the hearts was good enough to just take finesses rather than, yeah, so they only, as it were, 1 rough. So now they can take that rough, come back to hand. So as it were, we sort of, the right idea for defense was to play 3 rounds of spades, so to get back a rough. But the problem was now partner got in with the king of hearts, and I had no entry to play the last spade. So actually, partner had found to go up with the king of hearts. The first time hearts were played, they could have played their last spade, and then I get in with the ace of hearts, and then I can lead the second spade or the third spade. But that was a tricky one to find. And also Declare can counter by ducking the second heart to the now stiff ace. So So yeah, well done to opponents for competing there. I think we could easily have made 2 clubs. Right, final board. I have a 15 count. It's not the best 15 count I've ever seen. I could downgrade this, but I'll just be. I open a 15, 17, no trump. I believe the queen of diamonds is good to protect. But yeah, it could be a winner to downgrade this with a past partner. It's sort of a bit unlikely we will have a game. And just, for example, if partner had been weak with the 4-card heart suit, opening a club could have helped us find a heart fit and maybe stopping 2 hearts instead of playing 1 no trump, which might have been better. But yeah, it's an okay 15 count. I and on this occasion, partner was actually quite strong, so we have ended up in a pretty good 4-heart contract. So yeah, we will lose the ace of spades at some point, but then we can discard my 3rd spade on Dummy's good clubs. So key on this hand will be to pick up trumps without too many losers. And we don't have super many entries to just play the heart suit however we want. So since we're winning this first one in dummy, I think I might just lead the low hard towards the jack. And then if the queen is on side, that would be a good start for me. And it is. And they also went up with the queen, which I think strongly suggests. I mean, they could be a singleton queen, of course, but otherwise that they also had the ace, because a player with just queen 3rd of hearts or whatever is not going to find to play the queen. I might just be about to try to finesse on the spade shift. And I mean, again, I would like to discard my spade first, but I can't do that before I have drawn trumps. So they did find to play the queen from queen. At least hard split 3-2. That's good for me. I'll win the ace here just to be careful not to accidentally block the suit. And now I can pull trumps with this one. Now I can just rattle off all my clubs to discard my losing spades, and then I will have to lose the ace of spades at some point, but then I'll be able to cross rush the last. I guess they could maybe accidentally forget to take the ace of spades and back to me. They were sleeping, but Leah tends not to. Maybe some humans might be caught. All right. That was it for today. Let me know in the comments what boards you found most interesting. I think this one was an interesting one to play. I had lots of choices in the majors about which way to play all the suits, how to finesse it. This was quite an interesting one in the defense, how you want to lead. And I also think this was an interesting one from a bidding point of view, if we were supposed to bid one more. Just looking at how many sort of losers we have. We have 2 diamond losers after the finesse, and if we were playing a club contract, and then we had 2 spade losers, and after that, sort of no more losers. But I don't think we would have been able to make 3 diamonds or 3 clubs. Sorry. For example, we might have just finessed into the queen of clubs, and we also have a bunch of heart losers to take care of. But even if we had bid 3 clubs and say that is 1 down on sort of normal play, they would still have to find to double us to beat the 140, which is not obvious to do. So bidding here might have turned out to be a big winner. Yeah, let me know what you did. Thanks for today, and until next time.